Should we go ahead and get started, Susan? He's
Whoops,
11.
sorry. Sure. Yep. Always. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It is Thursday, February 12th, and this is the monthly content managers meeting. Here's our agenda for today, kind of the usual stuff. Going to go over the bug fixes and then all of our other items that we usually touch on.
Okay, so this is my slide. I'm doing the bug fixes and the housekeeping reminders and whatnot. So right now the bugs that should be live that are fixed would be the micro content editing bug. You know, when you went into the editing section of a page where micro content was embedded and you just saw like an arrow. That should be fixed now in live. And then, also the double entries on the how-to steps. I know Dial had reached out about that one, and I think a couple of other agencies, they finally figured out what was going on. Something with like some caching thing. I have to look back at their notes. They use technological words that go over my head, but it's fixed, so that's good. Also, the call out micro content for it not like wrapping correctly, that one should be fixed now too. There is still a little issue with the menu bar with the little external link thing. They're still working on that. So I did let them know that, and I'm keeping an eye on it so that they can help. I don't know how to fix it, but they're smart. So housekeeping reminders. Um, just for those of you who have attended or haven't attended the MSFW accessibility trainings, and I know a lot of you have like questions on that. I'm not very smart when it comes to the rules and regulations of accessibility. I'm happy to search stuff up and but I might end up sending you to jail on accident. So with the MSFW accessibility training, go ahead and just watch their videos. They're the accessibility knowledge people. They know all the good stuff. They did one on tables with the annoying little TH and TD and TR tags. That one's really good. That one's on the MSFW training one. They also did one for the Excel. I learned something new. I forgot what it was, Bill. Something about Excel and accessibility. So go ahead, check that one out because I have that in there too. And it's also available on the DX training site if you need to find like the links to that. And then also for people who might be joining as writers or editors to like make content on your platform, on your agency site, and they don't want to like do like an in-person DX course, or they can't make the Tuesday ones. It's just going over the best practices. We do have recordings, the digital experience course recordings, so they can do that too, because basically what I cover there is what I cover on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. So if they're like, I don't want to people, we got that there for those who don't want to people. And then also the content manager meeting, the recording of these ones of our meetings will also be on the DX training site, which is linked here. I don't know. Do you guys have a link to this slide? I don't think y'all do. We'll have to put it in chat so that you guys can then click on the links in this slide that's in chat. Also we have the Qualtrics, the DX and the CX training videos as well. So some of you are like, what's a heat map? How do I do a funnel? What's this number mean? Qualtrics has a bunch of training videos for you as well. Because I mean, I could tell you, but I might be wrong, but that's fine. That's fine. So, because we got videos. And then also, just to remind you guys, there are the MSFW accessibility open office hours on Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we have the open support office hours for Thursdays, which is today, at 1 p.m. So if you need like help, if like there's a page and you're like, how do I do the thing where like the listing page shows all of my locations, you know, you can come to open office content hour and I can help you with that or break it. We'll see. We'll have a little bit of fun. And then also the Qualtrics open office hours are on Tuesday from 10 to 10:30 through December 30th. And then on Thursdays from 1 to 1:30 through December 18th. Any questions on that? I'm gonna give y'all like 5 seconds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's your turn, Susan. Wait, no. Hold on, Susan. Hold on. Okay, so one more thing. We do have the link. These ones link exactly to the playlist video. So if you guys are like, I don't know what, we have these links right here, and here in this link, it will take you to the page where you can then find our open support office hour live meeting. This link will take you to that page. This link takes you to the training course that I mentioned, that covers all of the best practices. And then this link takes you to where the meeting news uh, event thingies that are on the DX training site, the recordings of our content meeting. That link's going to take you there. Uh, oh, and then if you do spot another bug, or if you're like, I don't know if it's a bug, or I don't know if it isn't, I'm worried about emailing, go ahead and send that support ticket, You go ahead and send it because, we might not know that there's a bug going out there. So, better safe than sorry. So if you find another bug, or if you see something like it's not working how it's supposed to be working, go ahead and submit that support ticket right here. You can click that right there. Okay, now that's all. Okay, go ahead, Susan.
This is just kind of a review for accessibility. The reminder that the ADA compliance date is April 24th, 2026, and that is coming up fast. And don't forget, there's 3 parts to auditing your website content: for your digital documents, your actual website, and then web applications. And we're going to skip over web applications today because that's out of the DX team scope. Every agency was provided an inventory of their documents, and you have options for those documents. You can remove or delete, remediate, change them to HTML, or archive. And I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to the additional 6 agencies that have archived documents. We only had 7 in December when we met, or January when we met, and now we have 13. So that is awesome. And I hope you're finding it really easy to do that and a real time saver as well. So this is, and I think you probably have all read this before. I'm not going to go over the whole slide. What can qualify as your archived documents and the conditions that they have to meet to qualify as an archived document. And you can go over those or look on the DX training site for that information. And there are lots of accessibility training resources on the DX training website. We have a main menu item called accessibility and inclusivity, and we have training available and resources available for you. And there's the MSF&W. Also, their videos are listed there. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Shireen or I or anyone on our team. And don't forget about Acquia Optimize. That can help you with your broken links or misspellings or just a general accessibility warnings or errors. And that will help you assure that you can get your content in the best shape it can be. And Qualtrics. I don't think Jessica's on here today, is she? I don't think so.
I don't think we have an adult supervision today, so should we go ahead and just should we
Yep,
just?
I'll go ahead.
Okay. It animates, so I'll just click it, and then after you're done reading each one, it's really cool.
Okay, the Qualtrics resources and support on the DX training site under the digital services is the Qualtrics link, and there is just so much content there and help for you if you need help with Qualtrics. And they also have biweekly office hours for support and questions and answers. And Jessica does bi-monthly bulletins with updates and tips and more resources. Or you can book a one-on-one booking for someone to get personalized assistance. You can book 30-minute increments for that. And you can, like I said, you can find Qualtrics on the homepage under digital services and click the Qualtrics link, sorry. or on the landing page also. There's a Qualtrics link. And there's you can drill down to whatever help you need here. There's a general Qualtrics link that has help or assistance for different topics, and then you can drill down into the Qualtrics CX and also the Qualtrics DX, which is the next one. And you can learn, embedding surveys and just general help. And like I said, they have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays for a half an hour each one of those days. And then the bi-monthly newsletter, one should come out tomorrow, in fact. And there's a lot of good information there. Or you can go on the Qualtrics CX support and strategy page, and you can click the Qualtrics CX booking, and you can book a 30-minute session for that. You can have just one-on-one answers to your questions. And that was short and sweet today.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? You need help with something? Please don't hesitate to ask.
I think they're good because they're quiet. That means that yeah.
Well, if you think of anything after, don't hesitate to put in a ticket for it. That's the easiest way. And the reason we ask you to do the ticket rather than just email or ping us in message is that then we can keep track of the solution to your problem, or if it's ongoing, because then the next time it comes up for someone else, we can go back and say, oh yeah, I remember that, and go back and look at the ticket and see what we did to it. Because we're generally, our team is just kind of busy, and we don't always remember to share issues and problems with each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes that gets that gets slipped. So, well, if you don't have any questions, we'll give you lots of time back today, I guess.
Ooh, time for lunch, chicken nuggets. Bye, you guys.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Oh,
Bye.
Are there any updates on the Comic Looks license purchase?
Yes
I
and
think
no.
Tom was still working on that, right?
Yeah. We had there was a little issue. We were testing one kind of install with the DX team, and it worked for a little while, and then it stopped working. So he's got tickets in for that, and they're working on that.
I heard a notification on my thing, but I don't know if it was me or someone else. But if not, if no one else has any questions. Oops, hold on, someone's
Emily
talking.
with the State Library. Sorry.
Hi, Emily.
think one of the people on our team at DAS, we're under DAS, is also testing the Common Look install. So I think that's in process. I had a question also, but I think it's more related to accessibility. So I'm not sure if you'll have the answer, and I can reach out to Todd as well. But I had a staff member ask me if there's any sort of disclaimer or anything that we should be putting on our websites. I know we have the link to the accessibility request form, but if there's any language that's for example, the state library strives to meet WCAG standards, blah, blah, blah. And we have some web applications as well that maybe that would be appropriate for. So I just didn't know after April if that's something that we need to be mindful of, or if there's any guidance on that.
Well, there's the point of not using disclaimers is having everything accessible. And the web apps I can't speak for because I know that's being done out of our department, out of our scope. But on your archive documents page, that page has not a disclaimer. That has information at the top, and agencies are able to go in there, and that was in the our DX bulletin update bulletin on Friday. Yeah, you can go in there and you can add your own like contact information or whatever you'd like there, or a link to something there.
Okay.
For as far as the web pages, the HTML web pages, those Drupal makes those really pretty close to 100% accessible. I mean, it's not going to let you add an image if you don't have a alt text to it, and their code is up to snuff. So you wouldn't need to put a disclaimer, but using that's what the mandate is trying to avoid, is using a disclaimer, because it kind of becomes a crutch after a while, I think, for some
Sure.
people, for
Well,
some
and I
websites.
know we have a couple of other websites that we manage that are kind of program sites and on a different platform than Drupal. Long range, I think we would like to get them on Drupal, but just we don't have the capacity to do that right now. So I think they were asking about that. And that one uses a CMS with like the built-in, everything too. So that's good to know, though. That gives me some stuff to think about, because I had that question posed by a staff member and I was like, oh, I don't know. I'll ask. So thank you.
Lisa, go
I
ahead.
was just kind of wondering about some of the accessibility issues that Moncedo is still finding with the platform. Um, it doesn't seem like some of those items are being, they just don't get any better. Does that make any sense? My scans don't get any better. And so
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's still something that we're working on um, with Lalabot to get those, so that those scans for the
Mhm.
things that we can't fix.
Yes. Yeah, I have a ticket in there, and I was working on that with one of the Lullaby people last week or the week before. I gave them a list of just, random ones, all those like Aria, the
Oh
ones that
yeah.
start with Aria. Yeah, all of those. And say we can't do anything about these, but they're impacting our scores. So they were still researching that, and I will ping them again on that and see if they've come up with any kind of. I mean, I guess I can try to provide. I provided them a list of, I don't know, 8 or 10 of those, but every site is different, and I know some sites are getting 20 of those errors at a time, and there's nothing you can do about it. And some sites are getting like 5. So it
Yeah,
is
like weird false
frustrating. I get it.
positives. It's weird.
Yep.
Okay,
So to
thank
answer
you.
your question, they're still working on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, that was kind of a
Carly.
non-answer.
Hi, thanks you guys. I actually, well, now I have two because you brought up something else. Sorry. The first was, is there instruction on using Acquia or Moncedo? What should we be calling it? They're the same, right?
Yeah.
It used to be Moncedo, now
Okay.
it's Acquia Optimize. Yes.
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 Is
The
there
DX
good
training site.
direction?
Yes, there's a whole page on Acquia on the DX training site.
Okay, great.
And if you have additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, well, I think I gotta dig into it, I'm getting up to snuff here, but also, okay. And then you mentioned the support ticket, because this has come up before and I get different answers. Some say still just email Dom, at support, but if you're saying the preference is that we submit a support ticket, maybe in an upcoming, can you walk through? Because I tried to do that and I get caught up in some of the
Oh,
steps.
sure,
Like where
absolutely.
it kind of trips me up, or if I can't answer a certain step because I don't know, that's part of why I'm doing the ticket. It like won't let me go to the next. And maybe I'm sure this is user error, but
I'll tell you what, Colleen, I'm still really confused by it.
okay,
I've
all
done the
right,
Yeah,
good.
I
training
keep
twice.
messing it up too. I make an incident instead
Yeah,
of a request.
yeah.
Okay. Because then I give up and
So,
then I'm just going to down at support. But if that's not your preference, whatever your preference is, I'm trying to stay in line here, but
yes, our preference is definitely a ticket.
okay,
But yes, that would be a great thing to demo.
okay.
And I
Thank you.
think there's a video training out there too. Maybe we can
I'm
link to
trying to
that as
find it.
well.
You know
But
what?
maybe
listen, I've got a whole day of video trainings, maybe a week, but I appreciate the effort that's put into that.
Yes, we will. That would be a great demo to do. That we will all learn something.
yeah. I keep breaking it. Any other questions that we can't help with? Go ahead, Melissa.
Okay, I just curious whether any other agency has reported an issue with the tags that show an Excel document or a PDF that automatically show up when you create that link. I had put in a ticket because I had a table where just those tags were pushing the column to a second line, and that got fixed. And then with my 2 weeks ago with my Acquia report, I suddenly had 50 broken links. And it looked like most of them were related to that sort of tag disappearing. So I didn't know if that was if my request to change that was a fix that went with every agency or just mine, or if other people have reported noticing that problem.
I know there's a ticket about an archive, the archive taggy thingy not pulling up, and that they're working on that one. So I wonder if that's connected to your tag thingy. I'm gonna look. Hold on.
Also noticed Tracy's comment because I about those little tags as well because I noticed that too on the news
wow.
that they do not show on the news content type.
I didn't even know that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send that in as a ticket. Hold on, because I didn't even know about that one. Susan, did you know about that? You know, this is what I get for not looking at the small print.
No, that whole issue with those little icon tags, they'll say it's fixed and we'll look and we'll say, yay, it's fixed. And then all of a sudden somebody says, well, wait, it's not fixed on this particular content. So we're trying to, we're kind of chasing those down, making sure, because for example, it might work on a basic page, but like you said, it might not work in a table. Then they'll get that one fixed, and then wait, it might not work in a list. So
yeah, they still got that ticket open.
Yeah, we've been chasing that one for a while.
Okay. Yeah, I had to
Great, thank you.
relink. I had to relink all
You're welcome.
50 or so that were broken, and now the icon tags are all there again. So I
Oh.
didn't know if if that
Uh,
is going to be an ongoing issue, if it will just give them a report or something that showed that they're there and they're going to change it and it'll break all the links again. I mean, I certainly don't want to have to redo that every time.
Yeah, that would suck.
absolutely, that's frustrating.
I know Moncito will if the dev team fixes something and you get a whole bunch of flags from Moncito when Moncito does the scan again, and it sees it's not ugly or broken before, then it'll remove that. So I'd pause before fixing those thingies with the tags.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, Moncito will just remove it for you if it's, I don't see that problem anymore.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know if that helps. I hope it helps. If not, it's okay. Oh, Kevin said something. This is one way to get to the right.
Kevin has a suggestion on the Service Desk Plus tickets. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm going to share my screen so I can show the thingy. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it. Which tab? This one. Okay, so here's the supportiowa.gov. And then Kevin has said, okay, state employee service desk, I think. If it shows my passcode, nuts. Okay, hold on. Log in at iowa.gov. Ha ha ha. I'm going to go to this one instead. Is that? Yep, I'm going to click on that one. And then I'm going to click on that one. And then, I don't know if this took me to the right place. And I'm going to click on that one. This is what I do.
We can't see your screen, Shereen. You need to
can't.
share.
I did all of that for nothing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me just Okay, I'm going to try this one again. Request the support? No. Oh, yeah, right here. Employee self-portal. Give it a second. State of Iowa. Click it. Give it a second. Okay, so this is what I do after I get here, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I click this new request ticket, and then I click this. Someone had told me how to do the request and not an incident, but I forgot. So I just keep doing I keep doing incidences. And then like, I fill in all this information. And then the part that Kevin was talking about to like make sure it gets to like us, you just scroll down and then you select this. And then you just type websites. That's our team. So that if you have any issue, and then you can like specifically pick someone if you want them to, hey, I want you to look at it because I talked to you about it before. So you can pick someone or you can leave it blank, it's fine. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, that's how you turn it. Okay, so yeah, look, that's how you turn it into a request instead of an incident. Right there, I think. Well, either way, I don't know. And you can attach stuff, and then there you go. And this spot's where you put my stuff is broken, and then you can put like your link where it's broken. It's broken right here. So that's how you do it, right? Did I do it right, Kevin? Did I do it right?
You did.
Kevin!
Yep, you're good.
Thank you. Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay, you guys can go get your chicken nuggets for lunch now. We
Thanks,
release
everybody.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
I gotta find the record stop button. Hold on. I always lose it. Here it is.